Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. Well, being a Tuesday, it's a quick early morning report, but then, yes, it's a happy day, isn't it? Because we were speaking about recovery yesterday, and that's exactly what happened. And we could, see Nifty again reclaiming 18,400 and closing strongly above 18,400. But then the big question is, will this sustain? So actually, we could see major power coming in from the auto sector and the FMCG sector. Looked like more like markets were ready and waiting to buy at lower levels, and as soon as this lower levels were seen, there was quick buying. In fact, there is no surprise. FIAs have continued to sell. They've sold for more than 500 crores, while the DIAs have bought for 600 crores. So net buying is actually very small from the DIAs, but then if you see, it is probably the retailers or the strength and positiveness in the retailers which has actually pulled the market up yesterday. So it looked more like the market is kind of now getting settled. The fall is probably kind of settled. So 18,200 can be seen as a next very important support. Until which is broken, we could expect the market to be kind of staying sideways or slightly positive. So that's something that we can decide from what happened yesterday. So apart from that, we could see the weakness in IT continuing. TCS was the top loser for Nifty 50 yesterday. So definitely there is some fear in the market about the IT sector, but then over a long term, I am purely confident about the IT sector. So it is actually time that what I am planning to do is that we would be adding IT sector on a stage by stage basis as and when the IT sector is seeing some fall. So that is something that can be happening. So, however, one thing that we need to see after the Indian markets closed yesterday, the US markets opened flat, and from there it continued to fall. Yesterday, also the US markets have closed in the red, but there is no sign of a Santa rally right now. So that's something that is kind of interesting to see whether the Santa rally can actually kick in before the week ends. So that's something to be looked at because US markets are kind of oversold already. So any small trigger can actually give a Santa rally. So it's a Santa Claus rally that's the entire market is waiting for. But will that actually happen this year is something that we need to wait and watch. So if that happens, if the US market again closes in green any of these days, then there are chances that Indian market can rise still higher. But however, one interesting thing is that in spite of the US markets actually closing lower yesterday, the US futures are kind of slightly recovering. It's up by about 0.1 to 0.2%. And we could see the Asian markets also kind of trading mixed. So it's already, the SGX Nifty is also indicating a slight positive opening. So probably we could see a flat to slightly gap up opening today. And that should be good for all the positions that we have taken yesterday. And looks like, the markets are getting stabilized again. But of course, one thing like we've discussed earlier is that as the week progresses, we could see the FII involvement kind of slightly reducing. That could actually bring down the volumes in the market. And if volumes go down in the market, volatility will increase. So that is something that we need to be ready to accept. So that's something that we will be looking forward to in the upcoming days as the month ends by Christmas and New Year. Generally, the institutions go on a vacation, and when that happens, the volumes go really low. So that's something that needs to be watched out. So volatility could be at its peak. So I would say those who are new to trading probably can kind of stay away from the market these kind of times to save yourself from major losses, right? So coming to the next important part, we could see Bharati Airtel continue to rise. It was again close to its 52-week high. It was up by almost 2% yesterday after they launched the 5G services in Simla. Apart from that, we could also see Dabur India. Now, the Dabur India would be a for stock in focus today because they are selling, the promoter is selling almost 800 crore worth of shares in the company. The deal is already finalized and the price is going to be about 4% lesser than the market rate. So there's a block deal that's going to happen today. So there could be some weakness seen in Dabur, and if at all that happens, probably it could be an opportunity to add a little bit. Let's see how things are. I will of course post in the group if I go ahead and buy it. Apart from that, HDFC is in news because they have actually increased their interest rates on their lending rates, and now it's at 8.65%. This can be seen as positive. So yesterday also we could see HDFC trades kind of doing good. Probably this could give some more power to that. Good news for Indigo shareholders. Yes, we have already added the KT for quite some time back, and we are already sitting with some good profit there. So the November domestic passenger data has come, and the domestic passenger rate has actually increased by 11%. That's a great news, right? So definitely, probably we could see some positivity in the Indigo side as well. So let's see how things take shape today. So, however, like we've discussed, 18200 to 18250 is a very important support zone. If that is broken, we can see the market turning bearish. But then, as long as the market is able to stay above 18400, 18450 to 18500 would be an important resistance to watch. If that is broken, we could again see the rally kind of returning to the market. However, there are no important triggers to the market as such for this week. We have discussed it's just the RBI monetary policy details that would come and the US GDP data. So both may not be a major event to actually drive the market. However, one thing that we can expect is the result season. Yes, so once the December is over, January starts with results of the third quarter coming in, and that is something that could probably trigger the market further. So that's something that needs to be watched out. So until then, there are no major triggers. Let's look forward to a volatile market for the next 2 weeks. So that's it from my side for this day. Let's look forward for the market to consolidate in the similar region what it has been doing in the last day. So that's something I'm expecting right now. So I'm not expecting a major up move nor a major down move right now. So a sideways market is what could be expected, and our trades also would be based on that. So that's it for now. Wishing you all a great day ahead. This is Srikant Rajan signing off. But before we leave, do remember to press the like button that motivates us, and do press the subscribe button and the bell icon to ensure that you don't miss out on any of our market updates. With that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off. Goodbye.